Welcome back, everybody. This is Dan Allen 117, and we've got our Shadows over Innistrad booster box here. This is not my first Shadows over Innistrad booster box, but I like the set so much that I just had to buy another one. The main things that I am looking out for here today are a Relentless Dead, an Archangel Avacyn. I've already got two of, and I'd like to get at least one more for my deck. We'll see if we can get that to happen. And of course, maybe even a Sorin Planeswalker. My first booster box of this, I actually got two Sorin Planeswalker cards, and one of them was actually a holo. So that was a really good booster box. Can't say that I'm too upset about it. So hopefully, we can get as good, if not better, of a pull today on these as I did those. The good stuff. I love these packs. This entire set, Shadows over Innistrad, has by far one of my favorite sets I've ever actually managed to pull on. And the new one that's coming out soon, Eldritch Moon, is it's actually going to have a lot of stuff in it that I can't wait to see. I can't wait to try out in a deck. And my personal favorite of the whole set that I've seen so far is called Brizella, Voice of Nightmares, which is actually part of a new mechanic that they have with the set that's called melding. And what melding is, in case you're not familiar with it, is taking two cards, and while they have them on the field, whenever their abilities are activated, they will flip over and turn into a single card. But we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. Now, for anybody who's not familiar with the layout of a Magic pack, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10, yeah, 9 commons, sorry, mix it up, and a Shadows over Innistrad pack. Then you'll have 1, 2, 3 uncommons, which most of the uncommons aren't too great, but there are a few that stick out that are actually a lot better than the rest. Then your rare, and in a Shadows over Innistrad pack, you'll have a transform card, and of course your a land or token card, or in some cases just a plain old ad card, which is just, you know, random bull crap for their advertisements, which is okay, you know, they need that sort of thing. But our rare in this pack is Declaration in Stone. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Declaration in Stone. Exile target creature and all other creatures in its controller controls with the same name as that creature. For each, that player investigates for each non-token creature exiled this way. It's actually had a really good start whenever it was released, but I think it's actually dropped in value a bit. It's not too great. Pious Evangel is our transform card. I will be showing these off because you can get mythics out of these. Whenever Pious Evangel or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Pay 2 and tap to sacrifice another permanent. Transform Pious Evangel into Wayward Disciple. Whenever Wayward Disciple or another creature you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. This is actually a really nice one. I like that card. At least for an uncommon, it's not too bad. Alright, first pack. Okay, not too great, but we'll see how it goes. I've been playing since Avacyn Restored, so this actually has a nice place in my heart for cards, because obviously Avacyn Restored was part of the Innistrad block. So this is Shadows over Innistrad, so it's like a throwback to my first set. I really like that. So we're just going to skip all the commons and go straight to the rare and the transform card. Our rare in this pack is I'm bad at this. Bygone Bishop is a 2/3, cost 2 with flying. Whenever you cast a creature spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, investigate. Investigate isn't exactly one of my favorite abilities in this set, but it is alright. Now, one thing I've noticed about these packs that I don't understand is you have your rare, then you have your transform card. But sometimes it seems like what would have been a holo is a second transform card. I don't know if those were originally intended to be holo and there was a mix-up, or if it's possible to get a transform card in your holo spot. I don't know. But for our first transform card is a common, Gatstaff Arsonists. I won't be reading off all the common ones, but I will show you the transform cards that I get. Our second one is Elusive Mentor. Now this is one that I don't... It has some use, but I don't particularly see it. It's... Okay, let's try to see if I can. Okay. Elusive Mentor. 4/4 for 4. Discard a card and pay 1. Transform Elusive Mentor into Insidious Mist, which is a 0/1 hexproof indestructible. Can't be blocked. Can't attack and can't be blocked. Wait. Can't block and can't be blocked, sorry. And whenever it attacks and isn't blocked, you may pay 3 if you do transform it. I don't know exactly what the purpose of this card is, but yeah, I'm sure somebody's found a way to abuse it. There's usually a way to abuse cards that do funny stuff like that. Okay, so first couple packs, not much to get excited about, but that's alright. We still got a long ways to go. Alright, our rare in this pack is Game Trail. Is land. As Game Trail enters the battlefield, you may reveal a mountain or forest card from your hand. If you don't, Game Trail enters the battlefield tapped. Add 1 red or 1 green to your mana pool. Not a bad card. I actually really like it. Then we got Kessig Forgemaster as our transform card, which transforms into Flameheart Werewolf. That's a decent card. And then we got a holo in this pack. Trail of Evidence, sorry. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, investigate. Again, I'm not too keen on the investigate cards. They've got some uses, but I don't know, I just don't care for them that much. Seems like a relative waste of money to me, but that's just my opinion. Alright. Our rare in this pack is Invocation of Saint Traft. If I can get to focus here. It doesn't like focusing. This is a bad camera. I don't know why I ever bought it. Well, see if I can get it to work here. It does not like playing nice with this. There we go. Costs 3 enchantment aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, but a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying on the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Exile that token at the end of combat. That's a pretty nice one to have. And then our transform card is Town Gossipmonger. Sorry. 1/1 for 1, tap, and tap an untapped creature you control to transform. Turns into Incited Rabble. Wow, this is bad. I'm very sorry for my poor camera quality here. I really am. This is certainly something I'll be working on in the future. I had to put something right up against it just to get to focus. Well, I'm very sorry for the bad quality here. No? Not gonna play nice with me? Anybody can tell me what I'm doing wrong. If there's a way to fix this focus issue, I would greatly appreciate it. But for the time being, I don't think it's... There we go. There we go. Inside Rabble attacks each combat if able. Pay 2. Inside Rabble gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And also, in that same pack, we got a second transform card, again, like I said. And this one is Hanwire Militia Captain. I think that's how you pronounce that. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more creatures, transform Hanwire Militia Captain into Westvale Cult Leader. Which again, this is being terrible. I don't know why. Okay, I'm about to try and move this thing around, but I don't want to mess up the microphone. Well, I might just have to start reading these off to you on my own without putting them up to the camera. But power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control at the beginning of your combat. Sorry, at the beginning of your end step. Put a 1/1 white and black human cleric creature token onto the battlefield. Decent card. I like it. Okay. I don't know why this thing is having such a bad time focusing. I'll just have to make sure next time I buy a webcam to buy the more expensive one. but we'll see. Anyway, our rare for this pack is Cryptolith Right. Okay. Let's see if I can just move this around. I feel so bad. And I hope this doesn't mess up the audio because I was having trouble getting this to work properly earlier. Okay. Cryptolith Right. Come on. You know you want to. I don't know why these cameras have such a hard time focusing properly. I feel bad about this. I'm going to have to post this whole video with really bad footage. This is irritating. Okay. Let's try shutting off the screen. Does that do any better? I can't shut off the screen because I can't tell if it's focusing or not. Oh my goodness. Okay. I have another idea. Hold on just a minute, folks. Problem is I don't have a proper thing to hook this onto. Okay. Alright, well, this kind of complicates things a bit, but... Okay, now let's see if this is going to work right. That's focusing a lot better now. Okay, so Cryptolith Right costs 2 enchantment. Creatures you control have tap 1 mana of any color green mana pool. That's actually a really nice one. I don't think I had that one yet. Then our Transform is Heir of Falcon Wrath. Also a decent one. Not amazing, but decent. I'm going to have to get a tripod for this thing. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Okay, so for the next pack, here we go. Our first mythic is Olivia, Mobilized for War. 3 for 3 flying. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may discard a card. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. It gains haste until end of turn and becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. I like that card. Then our Transform card of the pack is Village Messenger. Also a decent one. 1 for 1 haste is always something every single aggro deck ever wants. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, Transform Village Messenger becomes a 2/2 Menace Moonrise Intruder. At the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells last turn, Transform it. Pretty good. And guess what? Our second mythic of the box is in the same pack, and it's exactly what I was looking for. Archangel Avacyn as a holo. Now that's what I'm talking about. I've been looking for one of these in a holo forever, and I almost bought one outright today at my game store, but I chose not to. I'm glad I didn't. So it's a 4/4 for 5, flash, flying, and vigilance. When Archangel Avacyn enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. When a non-angel creature you control dies, transform Archangel Avacyn at the beginning of the next upkeep. Transforms into Avacyn the Purifier. It's a 6/5 flying. When this creature transforms into Avacyn the Purifier, it deals 3 damage to each other creature and each opponent. I am ecstatic that I actually managed to pull one of these. And in the same pack is another mythic. That is incredible. Alright, moving on. Let's hope we get more luck just like that. Alright, let's go straight to the mythic. Oh, that's a mythic. Alright, our next rare in this pack is Markov Dread Knight. Is a 3/3 for 5 flying. I don't know. Okay. Pay 3, discard a card, put 2 1/1 counters on Markov Dreadnought. Not too bad, and it enables madness. Our transform card is Lamholt Pacifist. Not a bad one. And our holo is just the wind. Return target creature to its owner's hand, and a madness cost of 1. Next, if I can get these. Hold on, let me sort out my piles here. Kind of got a little bit of a mess here, trying to make this work. I wonder how much Hollow Avacyn is going for. I know regular Archangel Avacyn has dropped down to roughly 17 on the low end. Okay, let's jump straight to the back. Yep. There we go. Our rare is always watching. 3 for an enchantment. Non-token creatures you control get +1/+1 in vigilance. Not too bad as long as you're not running a white weenie deck, but unfortunately, that's exactly what white does. So our transform is Solitary Hunter and nothing else. Next. I'm very sorry if the audio is a bit sketchy. I know that I've been having a lot of trouble with that in my videos, but unfortunately I just don't have a setup yet that agrees with it. Alright, our next rare, Avacyn's Judgment. 2 costing sorcery, madness, X, and a red. I can't talk. Avacyn's Judgment deals 2 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creature or players. If Avacyn's Judgment Madness cost was paid, it deals X damage divided as you choose among creatures or players. That's a really nice red card. That does exactly what you want red to do. Any amount of damage you can afford to pay for. Kindly Stranger. Nice transform card. I like all the transform cards. They're all good to me, even if they're not really all good. They all do some pretty interesting things. And it's one of my favorite part about transform cards. They might not necessarily be good, but at least they do something good. Okay. And we've got our third mythic of the box. Jace, Unraveler of Secrets. Is 5 loyalty for 5 mana, +1, scry 1, then draw a card, -2, return target creature to its owner's hand, and -8, you get an emblem with whenever your opponent casts his or her first spell each turn, counter that spell. That's a really nice one. I like that. So that's our third mythic, and we still have more than 2/3 of the box to go. A Cursed Witch is our transform, and our second transform is Westvale Abbey. I really like this card a lot. Even if it's not hugely amazing, it does some stuff that I really like to see it do. Tap to add a colorless mana to your mana pool. Pay 5 and tap and pay 1 life. Put a 1/1 white and black human cleric creature token onto the battlefield. Or pay 5 and tap, sacrifice 5 creatures and transform Westvale Abbey into Ormondal Profane Prince. 7, flying, lifelink, indestructible, and haste. That is one amazing card. Even if it's slow, I still like it. Alright. I really like that one. I'm probably gonna add that to one of my decks. Next. I can't believe we have 3 mythics so far, and we've still got 27 packs to go. That is wild. I believe it's 27. Is it? Maybe. No. How many is it? How many is it in a stack? I don't. My brain is not functioning. 12, 24, 25, 26, 27. Yeah, 27 packs to go, and we still haven't hit the big limit of cards. Alright, so next rare is Rattle Chains. Is a 2 casting cost, 2/1 with flash and flying. When Rattle Chains enters the battlefield, target spirit gains hexproof until end of turn. You may cast spirit spells as though they had flash. That is actually a really nice card. Unfortunately, I don't think they've actually given this set a whole lot of spirit cards, so it could be better is the problem. Harvest Hand is our transform card. When Harvest Hand dies, return it to the battlefield, transform them under your control, and it turns into Scrounged Scythe. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, and as long as it's a human, it has Menace. It's not a bad card, but unfortunately, not a whole lot of the artifacts in the set really got enough oomph for anyone's liking. Which is sad, because they could have really gone a lot further in the set with artifacts than they did. But, c'est la vie. They can't all be winners, right? If they were all winners, then they would all be good boxes. And if they were all good boxes, then probably nobody would want to watch me do this. But, alright. Next rare is To the Slaughter. Instant for 3. Target player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, and if there are 4 more cards among card types in the graveyard, then that player sacrifices a creature and a planeswalker. That's actually decent, but it's not very efficient, because in order for it to be efficient, it relies on the fact that your opponent has a creature and a planeswalker in play. Which is good if you're up against something that's pretty tough, but more often than not, you're going to be better off with something other than that. Convicted Killer is our transform card. Nothing special. Next pack. So far so good. I'm pretty happy with this box as is. If we just get 2 more mythics, I think I'll be happy with the price tag I paid for it. Alright, our next rare is Fevered Visions. 3 casting cost enchantment. At the beginning of each player's end step, that player draws a card. If the player is your opponent and it has 4 or more cards in hand, Fevered Visions deals 2 damage to him or her. Not bad, but unfortunately it relies on the end step. It would be better if it relied on the upkeep rather. Or the standby, you know. Something that they couldn't necessarily control at the time of playing. But oh well. Alright, next pack. Our rare is... that's irritating. Second Fevered Visions in a row. I never like to see double ups of cards I don't want. And... Our transform is Duskwatch Recruiter. Recruiter. And our holo is Mad Prophet. 4 casting cost 2/2 haste, discard card, draw a card after you tap it. That's actually pretty decent. It could be better. There's a lot of cards that have the same effect that are more efficient at it, but you know, take what you can get. Alright. Next pack. I'm really looking forward to the Eldritch Moon set. I was almost considering saving my money today for the Eldritch Moon set, but it is a few weeks away. I should have enough money for that by then. And plus, there are cards in this set I've really been wanting to get that I just didn't have yet anyway. So I guess it kind of works out. All right. Next rare. Devil's Playground. 6 casting cost sorcery. Put 4 1/1 red devil creature tokens onto the battlefield. They have, when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Another one of those cards that could have been better, but it does what it's meant to do. You can put them on the field, and then the next turn you can immediately swing at your opponent, kill something, and then allocate the damage to kill something else. Our transform for that pack is Hinterland Logger. Nothing to get excited about. Alright, next one. A lot of people are actually upset about the new set having Eldrazi in it, and wish we all saw it coming. I mean, literally everybody saw it coming, but it's been something that's been built up ever since Khans of Tarkir, and possibly before that. But before Khans of Tarkir, I didn't keep up with enough with the lore to really know much. Here's our next mythic rare. Behold the Beyond. 7 casting cost sorcery. Discard your hand. Search your library for 3 cards and put those cards in your hand, then shuffle your library. It's a decent, but I think it's one of those bulk mythics. It's not efficient enough for people to get excited about it. I think it's decent, but again, it could have been better. Next is Daring Sleuth. Our transform card for the pack. 2 casting cost 2/1. When you sacrifice a clue, transform Daring Sleuth. And guess what, guys? Second time in the same box, 2 mythics in one pack. Erlen Cord, Planeswalker, Forecasting cost, +1 until end of turn. Up to one target creature gets +2/+2 and gains vigilance and haste. 0. Put a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield and transform Erlen Cord into Erlen Embraced by the Moon. +1 creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. -1 Erlen Embraced by the Moon deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Transform it. And -6, you get an emblem with creatures you control have haste, and tap this creature, deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player. That is exactly something that you want a red card to do. Actually, to start with, I wasn't too excited about Erlen Cord, but I've since become more attuned to it. I like it better. So that was the second time in one booster box we have actually gotten two mythic rares. That's impressive to me. I've never had that happen. In fact, this is the first time I've ever had 2 mythic rares in one box. Much less two in the same booster box happening twice. So we still have a potential at that rate to get at least 2 more mythic rares. Maybe even more. Maybe 3. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but it could happen. All right. Our next rare in pack is Asylum Visitor. 2 casting costs 3/1. Here goes the focus again on the camera. It's probably been doing that for a while, but I just now noticed. Oh, come on. Alright. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, if that player has no cards in hand, you draw 1 card and lose 1 life. And madness cost of 2. Nothing to get excited about. Our transform is Autumnal Gloom. Alright. Well, so far I can say I'm pretty happy with this box. I didn't expect to get this many mythics this quick. And for all we know, the rest of the box is going to be a dud, but we'll see. Still hoping to get a Relentless Dead. I would be a little sad if I didn't, but I've already managed to pull a Hollow Archangel Avacyn, so I can't complain too much. Triskaidekaphobia. This is one of my favorite cards in the whole set. And there's a lot of people that agree with me. And there's a reason for that, but I'll get to that in a moment. There's a 4 casting cost enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose 1. Each player with exactly 13 life loses the game. Then each player gains 1 life. Or, same thing, but each player loses 1 life. Now, the reason that most people are really excited about this card isn't because of when the set came out. It's now that more of Eldritch Moon has been spoiled. There's a card in there called Tree of Perdition, which is the old Tree of Redemption, I think. And what it does is similar to the old Tree's effect, except now it trades life totals with the enemy player with its toughness. Well, the toughness of Tree of Perdition is 13. So since at the beginning of each upkeep, you can choose for players with 13 life to lose. At the end of your turn, you can exchange its toughness with somebody else's life, and then whoever you chose to get 13 life is automatically going to lose the game. Now, of course, most of you probably only play with one-on-one matches, but me personally, I like to play multiplayer matches with several people in the game at once. Our transform card for that pack is Abyssinian Missionaries. It's a decent card. Triskaidekaphobia, though, that is by far one of my favorites. I've always been a fan of alternate win conditions and the same alternate lose conditions. I actually have a deck, obviously a lot of people do, dedicated to the Guildgate cards. And it has been one of my favorite sets, is the sets that have all the Guildgates. Alright, our next rare is Foreboding Ruins. Same dual land, reveal a swamp or mountain, and it comes in untapped. And our transform for that pack is Gatstaff Missionaries, or Arsonists. I don't know why I said Missionaries. I'm getting tired. That's okay. So far, this has been quite the wonderful box, and I won't complain if I don't see any more mythics. Still hoping to get 1 more Relentless Dead. I will have a whole playset if I can manage to pull 1. Alright, our next rare, Second Harvest. Forecasting cost instant. For each token you control, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that permanent. It's actually a relatively nice one. Could have been cheaper, but then it probably would have been overpowered. Our transform is Thraben Gargoyle. 1 cost and cast 2/2. Defender. Pay 6 to transform it. And drop it. Transforms into Stonewing Antagonizer. 4/2 flyer. Not a bad one. And we got a hollow in that pack is Clip Wings. Pay 2 instant. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. Not bad. Next. Let's see. Our next rare is Welcome to the Fold. Forecasting cost sorcery with Madness, X and 2 blue. Gain control of target creature if its toughness is 2 or less. If Welcome to the Fold's Madness cost is paid, instead gain control of that creature if its toughness is X or less. Not a bad card. Could be cheaper, but not a bad card. And our transform is another Hinterland Logger. Still not too disappointed with getting 5 mythics so far. But here's to hoping we get another one. Our next rare is From Under the Floorboards. 5 casting cost sorcery with Madness, X and 2 black. Put 3 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield tapped and you gain 3 life. If From Under the Floorboards Madness cost is paid, instead put X of those tokens onto the battlefield tapped and you gain X life. That is a very nice card. I love all these Madness costed cards, or at least most of them. And our transform is Our transform is Convicted Killer. Nothing special. All right. Next one. This is a decent one. Always love these horror cards. Forgotten Creation. Forecasting costs 3/3. Skulk. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may discard all cards in your hand. If you do, draw that many cards. Really good for cycling through your deck if you're trying to self-mill. And our transform for that pack is Breakneck Rider. I'm really sorry about this terrible video quality. I don't know why the camera won't focus for me. Next pack. Our next rare is here we go. Relentless Dead. One of my favorites. 2 casting costs 2/2 Menace. When Relentless Dead dies, you may pay 1 black. If you do, return it to its owner's hand. And try to fix this real quick. Well, yeah. When Relentless Dead dies, you may pay X. If you do, return another target zombie creature card with convert mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. So that is our 6th mythic rare out of this box. Most impressive box I've ever bought, I tell you what. All right. Next is Epiphany at the Drown Yard. Reveal the top X +1 cards of your library, separate them into 2 piles. An opponent chooses one of those piles, put that pile in your hand, the other into your graveyard. There's another card from an older set that was actually better than that because it allowed you to choose instead of your opponent. Alright. Skin Invasion is our transform for the pack. Nothing fancy. Alright. We're into the last stack. And still plenty of potential to get more mythics. We've seen 6 mythics in just 24 packs. That is by far more than I have ever seen in any other set of packs. Alright. Our next one. Fortified Village. This is a nice card. This Fortified Village enters the battlefield, reveal plains or forest, and if you don't, it enters battlefield tapped. I'm personally a fan of green and white. That's my favorite set of cards, so that's why I find that one better than the other ones. And our transform is Aberrant Researcher. Alright, next pack. Our next rare is Prized Amalgam. 3 casting cost 3/3 zombie. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, if it entered from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, return Prized Amalgam from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped at the beginning of the next end step. That is a nice card that works very well in conjunction with Relentless Dead. So I will definitely be looking out to get a lot of those. Our transform card for the pack, Kessig Forge Master. And we got a shiny Swamp. I like shiny cards. Next pack. And our next rare is Dragskull Cavalry. 7 costing 4/4, flying. Whenever another spirit enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 2 life. Pay 4, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token onto the battlefield with flying onto the battlefield. So that's pretty good. Self-feeding life gain. I like that. And our transform is another Cursed Witch. Nothing special. Oh, come on. Give me at least 1 or 2 more mythics. Another Avacyn would be cool. Another Relentless Dead would be cool. Or something I haven't pulled yet would be really cool. Alright, our next rare, Falkenrath Gorger, 1 for a 2/1. Each vampire creature card you own that isn't on the battlefield has madness. This madness cost is equal to its mana cost. Not bad. And our transform card is Air Falkenrath. Nothing exciting. But we've seen a lot of really cool rares so far. And I'm glad to always get more cards out of this set. I love this set. It's one of my favorites I've seen in a long time. Alright. Our next rare, one that I actually have not gotten yet out of a pack. Tamio's Journal, 5 casting cost legendary artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, investigate, and sacrifice 3 clues, search your library for a card, and put that card into your hand. So that's pretty good. And our transform is another Village Messenger. Pretty decent. Alright, we've got 2, 4, 6 packs to go. So still a decent potential for 1 more mythic rare, but we'll see. Our next rare, really nice one actually. Altered Ego. Is a 4 and X casting cost 0/0 shapeshifter, can't be countered, and may enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield except it enters with X additional 1/1 counters on it. So very good shapeshifter with a nice little upside. And our transform is Uninvited Geist. Again, I am still really sorry for the bad quality in this video, and I can't for the life of me figure out why my camera will not focus on my cards in hand. But unfortunately, I can't reopen these packs again and show you it again. So it is just how it's going to have to be. Alright, our next rare, Flameblade Angel, 6 casting cost 4/4 flying. Whenever a source an opponent controls deals damage to you or a permanent you control, may have Flameblade Angel deal 1 damage to that source's controller. Not bad if you're up against another aggro deck of some sort. Our transform card is another Convicted Killer. And we got a hollow Crow of Dark Tidings. Alright, last 4. Can't say I'm at all upset with this box. I mean, I basically got everything I was after in this box and some more. So, our next rare is Scourge Wolf. 2/2 for 2. First strike, Delirium. It has double strike as long as there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard. Not bad. Our transform for the pack is Hinterland Logger again. And we got a hollow Cryptolith Right. 2 casting cost enchantment. We've already gotten, but this is really nice. Creatures you control tap for any color of mana. Definitely a nice card. Can't say I'm complaining. Be nice if we could get one more mythic rare and a hollow, but I don't think that's going to happen. Alright. Next rare is Nephalia Moondrakes. Not a particularly great one, but 7 casting cost 5/5, flying. When Nephalia Moondrakes enters the battlefield, target creature gains flying till end of turn. Pay 6, exile it from your graveyard. Creatures you control get flying till end of turn. Fairly expensive, in my opinion, for what it does. And our transform is Gatstaff Arsonist. 2 more packs. So we get something good. I think I'm all out of mythics though, sadly. Alright, our next rare is Burn from Within. 1 and X costing sorcery. Burn from Within deals X damage to target creature or player. If a creature is dealt damage this way, it loses indestructible until end of turn. Pretty decent for a damage spell. Then we've got our transform is Neglected Heirloom. And we got a hollow Tenacity. Alright. Last pack. See what we can do in this one. One more mythic. Just one more. And our rare is Tireless Tracker. 3 for a 3/2. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice a clue token, put a 1/1 counter on Tireless Tracker. Town Gossipmonger is our transform. And we got Thing in the Ice, actually. That's really nice one, in my opinion. It isn't hugely amazing, but I do like it. 2 for 0/4. Defender. Thing in the Ice enters the battlefield with 4 ice counters on it. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, remove an ice counter from Thing in the Ice. Then if it has no ice counters on it, transform it into Awoken Horror. A 7/8 Kraken Horror creature. When this creature transforms, return all non-horror creatures to their owner's hands. That's a nice way to finish out the box. I'm pretty happy with it. So we came out with 6 mythics altogether, and I can't complain at all. We got Relentless Dead. Behold the Beyond, Erlen Gord, Jace Unraveler of Secrets, Olivia Mobilized for War, and our hollow Archangel Avacyn. I can't say I'm complaining at all. This has been a very nice box, and I can't wait for Eldritch Moon to come out later this month, actually. And I'll be buying a booster box of it, and then we'll do another unboxing video on those. So thank you all so much. Leave a like down below and subscribe. I am very sorry for the poor video quality, probably as a result of me leaving the card sitting in the background that the camera was trying to adjust on, but I will make sure for next time not to do that. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.